we are going to get rolling with the 2025 Tennessee football schedule. I'm going to give you my picks for every game this year. I'm going to play hot or cold. Will Tennessee win the game or will Tennessee lose the game? And I'm going to give you my prediction for this season. Let's get rolling right now. What will Tennessee football's record be in 2025? What will they win or lose each game? That is hot or cold, brought to you by Sports Treasures. It is time to predict Tennessee's season. Coming off a 10-3 season in which they made the college football playoff, what will they do in 2025? They open the year against Syracuse on Saturday. Will they beat Syracuse or lose Syracuse? I'm hot on them beating Syracuse. I get the unknowns in the game. Tennessee, though, is a 13.5-point favorite. I think they should cover. I think Tennessee is a significantly better team, even with the new quarterback in Joey Aguilar. I'm hot on them beating Syracuse. Tennessee will beat Syracuse to open the season. September the 6th, a week later, East Tennessee State. I am in a debate over whether or not I'm hot on that game. I'm kidding. Tennessee's going to fall out of bed and beat East Tennessee State. They are going to blow them out of the water. I'm extremely hot on Tennessee beating East Tennessee State. 2-0. September the 13th, Georgia coming to town. Tennessee will be 2-0. Georgia will be 2-0. Are you guys ready for this? I'm hot on Tennessee beating Georgia. Tennessee is going to upset Georgia this year, and let me tell you why. Tennessee's offense has new wrinkles that they won't show until they face Georgia with Kirby Smart. They also host Georgia. Georgia's breaking in a new quarterback. Not really a new one, but because Gunnar Stockton has been there and expected to start, but Gunnar Stockton is still not Carson Beck. They have to deal with a lot of things on that team right now. They're bringing in a lot of new talent, and it's early in the year, and it's in Knoxville early in the year where they will not have had it all come together. I think Georgia's the better team significantly, but being in Knoxville, the game being early in the season, they will make just enough mistakes for Tennessee to pull out the shocking upset of September the 13th, getting to 3-0, and at that point, the Vols will be a top 5 team. So yes, I'm hot on Tennessee beating Georgia. UAB, I'm hot on that. Not sleeping on that. UAB, Tennessee's going to beat UAB. They're going to be 4-0. Do I really have to debate that one, guys? Tennessee blows out UAB. At Mississippi State. Are you guys ready for this? I'm cold on that game. This is my bold prediction of the year. Tennessee's going to upset Georgia on the year, but they're going to be upset by Mississippi State. Look, there is no denying. I know you guys can get mad at me for this, but there is no denying that Josh Heupel has issues on the road. He has major issues on the road. He has been struggling against elite teams on the road his entire time at Tennessee. The only impressive road win he's ever had at Tennessee at night has been at Kentucky, and he did it twice. Don't give me Oklahoma last year where they won with defense. That was not a good Oklahoma team. They still lost to Arkansas a week later. They are horrible on the road, okay? And just so you know, they failed to cover the spread in any game on the road last year. They failed to cover the spread. After Oklahoma, they didn't cover any game on the road the rest of the way until Vanderbilt. And who cares about Vanderbilt? They got blown out by Ohio State at night. They lost at Arkansas. They lost at Georgia. This is not a good road team. The way Josh Heupel does the communication and the tempo and the no huddle, they struggle on the road. They underachieve. This is going to be a night game. And here's why this is going to be a night game. Mississippi State's going to be at least 3-1 going into this game. They're going to take a huge leap forward under Jeff Lebby. A huge leap forward with this offense. Look at what Alex Golesh did at USF Thursday night. Jeff Lebby, that's his third year. This is Jeff Lebby's second. He's a disciple of the Heupel offense. He was Heupel's best offensive coordinator, threw a lot of wrinkles in when Heupel was at UCF and went undefeated that year in 2018. Jeff Lebby's a heck of a head coach. Mississippi State, after going 2-10, is going to take a huge leap forward. They're going to beat Southern Miss this weekend. They play Arizona State next weekend at home. They're going to be at least, and then they play Alcorn State at home and Northern Illinois at home. They're going to be at least 3-1 when they host Tennessee on September the 27th. Guys, I think there's a really good chance they're 4-0. I think there's a really good chance they're 4-0. I think they could upset Arizona State. And if they're 4-0 hosting Tennessee, this is a night game. Even at 3-1, if they're hosting Tennessee, it's a night game. Davis Wade Stadium, Starkville, Mississippi, those Cowbells with a good team. Tennessee is going to be overlooking them, even though they're going into a bye, and they're going to be upset by Mississippi State. Yes, I think Mississippi State is going to upset Tennessee. So Tennessee will go into their bye at 4-1. Their first bye, that is. And Nico Iamaleava won't be around to go leave for a UCLA game. Coming off their bye, Tennessee will be regrouped after the Mississippi State loss. They will want revenge for last year. And even with Alabama hanging on the horizon, Tennessee hosts Arkansas. They will blow Arkansas out of the waters. I mean, they are going to beat them by as much as they can beat them. I'm very hot on Tennessee beating Arkansas. Tennessee will destroy Arkansas. Gets them to 5-1. At Alabama, I'm cold on that. I'm saying just toss that game. Tennessee's going to get blown out by Alabama this year. Alabama is extremely good. I believe in Ty Simpson and Kalen DeBoer's system. Tennessee going to Alabama, there's no chance they win that game. I'm throwing it out the window right now as I speak. I'm cold on Tennessee beating Alabama. They're not going to beat Alabama. At Kentucky, on paper, this would be another road game that I'm cold on, because even though Kentucky was 4-8 last year, they could be a 6-6 caliber team, and 6-6 caliber teams can beat Tennessee, but not Kentucky. Tennessee doesn't lose to Kentucky. They never lose to Kentucky. Even when Josh Heupel's team dictates that they should lose to Kentucky, they don't. So they will win at Kentucky. So I'm fine. I'm cold on. I'm hot on them beating Kentucky. That will get them to 6-2. And then comes Oklahoma to town. Brent Venables will be on the hot seat. He may even be fired by that point. That team's going to fall apart. Oklahoma's not winning at Neyland Stadium. I'm hot on Tennessee beating Oklahoma. Hot or cold, brought to you by Sports Treasures, getting over 5 million sports treasures and so much more. Follow on Facebook for the best sports memorabilia, daily updates, facebook.com/sports treasures TN, facebook.com/sports treasures TN.
Sports Treasures in North Knoxville is one of the South's largest sports cards and memorabilia dealers, featuring over 10 million sports cards from vintage to modern. Sports Treasures carries a full line of hobby boxes, singles, autographed memorabilia, Tennessee Vol collectibles, fan cave decorations, and so much more. See a museum full of collectibles at Sports Treasures, 4819 North Broadway in Fountain City, and Sports Treasures on Facebook. Sports Treasures, where the real sports fan goes to shop.
Tennessee has its second bye after Oklahoma, and then they come back and they face New Mexico State. Man, I'm really tough on what's going to happen with them in New Mexico State. They're going to fall out of bed. They're going to win that game in a blowout. Tennessee will then visit Florida. Now, everything is riding on this game because Tennessee is 7-2. They have a quality win over Georgia to hang their hat on. But they got to win in the swamp to get to the college football playoff. I'm sorry, guys. It's not going to happen. I can't pick Tennessee to win at Florida until I actually see them win at Florida. They haven't done it in 22 years, no matter how bad Florida is. Tennessee always seems to struggle with them. The one saving grace for Tennessee at this time is Florida could fire Billy Napier and not quit on the season. Here's the real problem with that, though. Florida, at worst, is likely to be 4-6 at that point. Now, Florida hosts South Florida next week. So let's say, here's the games Florida could lose. LSU, Miami, Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, and South Florida. They could lose any of those 8 games before the final 2 games of the year. They win 2 of them, they'll be 4-6. They're 4-6. Maybe they keep Billy Napier. Maybe they don't. Either way, they're going to be fired up for Tennessee because they finish the year hosting Tennessee and Florida State. And if they fire Billy Napier, if they fire him in season, but they let him finish out the year, they're going to want to play hard for him to get him to a bowl game. At 4-6, they're just going to want to try to get into the bowl game because they're going to have pride. They showed last year they have pride. That team does. If Billy Napier's gone, they're going to want to play hard for the other head coach, whoever that may be. I don't think this team's going to quit. And hosting Tennessee, a team they always beat in the swamp, I think Tennessee's going to lose to Florida. That's going to push them to 8-3 on the year, and it's going to knock them out of the college football playoff. I think they're going to lose to Florida. And then they close the year at home against Vanderbilt. Even with the disappointment of not making the college football playoff, they're going to blow out Vanderbilt. Losing to South Carolina 3 years ago and Hendon Hooker for the season didn't stop them from blowing out Vanderbilt on the road with Joe Milton the next week in 2022, and it was raining. So they're going to blow out Vanderbilt, and they're going to finish 9-3. That's right. I got Tennessee going 9-3 on the season, just missing the college football playoff. But the big story is Tennessee will the shock of the year is Tennessee will beat Georgia at home and lose to they'll beat Georgia at home and they'll lose to Mississippi State on the road. That's the shock of the year. That's what's going to happen. I'm sorry you guys can think I'm crazy, but things aren't always consistent with this program. We're talking about a Tennessee team that last year, you guys are sitting here. I'm sorry. I got to come back. Some of y'all are sitting here saying, no way Tennessee beats Georgia and loses to Mississippi State. Why? Last year, they beat Alabama and lost to Arkansas. In 2022, they beat Alabama and lost to South Carolina. College football works like this. Okay? You guys are thinking football is a science and there's no upsets. Upsets happen all the time. And yes, teams are very inconsistent. I think Tennessee is going to upset Georgia and then be upset by Mississippi State. That happens in football. That's why I think it's going to happen here. Tennessee finishes this season 9-3, but it's okay. They stay above water and get excited for next year when they will be looking to compete for a national title with so many people back, except for their quarterback, but they will still have Jake Merklinger, George McIntyre, and Faison Brandon arrive to compete for that spot, and it won't really matter who steps in at quarterback. That's my take on the season.